So what is a payroll account and when do you need it? At least in Canada, I'm speaking to Canadian business owners in this video. Payroll is something that you set up with the Canada Revenue Agency, so that's the federal government, and it's an account that you need to set up when you have employees in your business. And now the main reason that you would set it up if you have a business with employees is so that you can withhold payroll deductions like federal income tax, provincial income tax, CPP, which is Canada Pension Plan, EI, which is employment insurance, and sometimes there are other ones as well that can be withheld. But those are all items that you need to typically deduct from your employees and pay forward to the government, whether that's the federal or provincial government. So if you set up a payroll account, that's how you process that and make sure you're deducting the right amounts. So when is it actually needed? Well, as I said, if you have a business in Canada and you have employees, then you'll need a payroll account. Or if you're incorporated and you're treating yourself as an employee, then you'll likely need a payroll account as well. Whereas if you have a sole proprietorship, you don't really have any employees, then you probably don't need a payroll account. So I would recommend just checking out the CRA website to find out when it's necessary and when it's not. And how do you get it? You can just go to the CRA website and get registered there. And I will leave a link to that in the video description below. It's not a difficult process to get set up. However, you will need a business number in order to do that. And I do have a video on my YouTube channel covering how to get a business number in Canada. In some cases, if you have a business here in Canada, you don't need a business number. But if you are getting set up with accounts like a payroll account or a GST account with a CRA, then you will need to get a business number, which can also be done online. So in the event that you don't have employees, maybe it's just you in a sole proprietorship, or maybe you just have some independent subcontractors, then again, you might not need to get payroll, set up a payroll account. There are some gray areas sometimes where even, for example, with hair salons, where even if the stylists are kind of like independent contractors, in that case, they still need to get set up with a payroll account because they have some special circumstances where they need to collect EI from the stylist working within that business. So there are some gray areas. It can be kind of confusing. It's always best just to reach out to CRA and find out more of the rules and eligibility and when you actually need it. But this is not something that you want to overlook. It really is important to get set up properly. If you do need it, you don't want to run into a situation where you've been paying employees and not withholding the deductions from their paycheck, because you're going to run into the issue where you're going to have to pay them eventually. So you might get a surprise bill saying you owe federal income tax and provincial income tax and CPP and EI for a bunch of employees for a long period of time, and it can be hugely detrimental to your business if you haven't withheld those and paid those forward to the government. So again, I'll leave the link in the description to this video so you can find out more about that. But something to be very aware of, make sure you get it right from the start. If you have any other questions on business management or business startup topics, feel free to leave those in the comment section below and I will address them there or make a new video on them. And if you want to check out my other videos here on YouTube, I have over 120 as of today covering those business management and business startup topics. And if you're looking for some advice from a business consultant to help you get started with your business or improve your existing business, feel free to book a free 1-hour consultation with myself, which can be done on my website, and I'll leave a link to that in the video description.